Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel, I'll be providing some stock analysis and also an update on a $1 million challenge, so please stay tuned. In the previous video, we did a stock update for ticker symbol MMAT and also did a stock analysis for ticker symbol GOEV. So please refer back to the previous video for a very interesting stock. Canoe, ticker symbol GOEV. So before we start today's stock analysis and stock reviews, we're going to look at an update of our $1 million challenge. So we'll just have a look at the screen here. This is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to $1 million over a period of 3 years. The strategy is to use compound return investing, looking at 201 trades with an average return of 3.5% per trade. So we do take into account losses. We have a spreadsheet with specially chosen low risk stocks available for the challenge. Growing Discord community well in excess of 300, working together, sharing due diligence, trading tips, technical analysis, chart analysis, buy alerts, etc. And in our dedicated Discord community, you'll be able to see on the screen here, we have an agreement section, an FAQs, chat and questions area. A stock spreadsheet can be found here, and an opportunity to share your buys, king alerts, queen alerts, which will be explained once you join the Discord community, and also leaderboard update plus updates. So if anybody is interested in further details are in description below. In today's video, we're going to feature 4 potential squeeze stocks for your watch list for Monday. So we're going to look at some of the data, we're going to look at some of the information that is trending currently. We're going to first of all start with ticker symbol ATER. So this is a stock that has been very popular in terms of social media. It's also been a stock that is popular within the Discord squeeze section. So let's start by having a look at the Ortex data for ticker symbol ATER. Okay, so from the Ortex data on the screen, I'm just going to highlight some of the key important things that I think stand out. So let's first of all have a look at the shares on loan. So currently shares on loan just in excess of 15.23 million. We also have days to cover. 7 days ago it was 1.08 days, and currently at time of Friday close of play 0.77. So that's down just in excess of 28%. The cost to borrow is very interesting. So this is currently 125.08. It was previously 7 days ago 120.8. So that's going up. So certainly very expensive from the point of view of the cost to borrow. Utilization 97.44. And in terms of the change on Friday, the short interest change was up just in excess of 11.61%. So the other thing that I think we can look at is the short interest percentage of the free float, and that is 48.97%. So let's see what else we can find for ticker symbol ATER. Okay, I think the next thing I'm going to share with is certainly very interesting, and this is from the Fintel report. So we can see here from the Fintel report, again, the key thing that stands out is the position in terms of the short squeeze score. So the short squeeze score is 97.21, but what's interesting is this stock is number 1 out of 5,501. So again, very significant here. It's certainly according to this data, it looks as though it is possibly primed to squeeze. So let's also have a look at the short shares availability. So again, the data we have is from the 24th of September and 25th of September, and the ATER short shares availability, as just approximately we can see there is 400,000 on the 25th, 350,000 on the 24th of September. One thing to bear in mind in terms of just to make for clarification, this data again for your information does not include data from dark pools, and it's also taken from a sample. So that's just one thing to take note of. Okay, so the next thing I think is certainly very interesting from ATER's point of view in terms of the short borrow fees here. Again, data from Fintel, we can see here close of play on the 24th of September. The short borrow fee here, according to the data that we have, was 88.11%, so certainly very high. We can see that it's consistently high from the 21st of September, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So it's always ranging between kind of 85 to 88 and also 90. So a very, very high short borrow fee there. Let's now have a look at the institutional owners, and we can see here in terms of institutional owners for ticker symbol ATER, we have a total of 130, 125 are long, 2 are short and 3 are long stroke short. So shares outstanding just in excess of 32 million. Institutional shares just in excess of 8 million, which represents approximately 25%. And the institutional value is $117,307 according to the data that we have here. Let's now have a look at the institutional buys and sells according to the latest information. So if you have a look at the screen here, it's certainly vast majority is green, so which indicates there's a lot more buying going on. And let's have a look at some of the notable figures here on the screen here. And we can see some of the big figures here. 24th of September, we can see Fidelity Small Cap Stock Fund. They're just in excess of 464,000 shares. And another notable figure is on the 24th of September, Fidelity Small Cap Index Fund, again just in excess of 148,000 shares. So not much selling going on here, but certainly lots of buying. And finally, for ticker symbol ATER, again, as it's a potential squeeze stock, very difficult to determine a potential buy price, but certainly one to add on to your watch list. Let's now move on to the second potential squeeze stock. The next potential squeeze stock that we're going to look at is ticker symbol BBIG. This is a stock that has also been featured previously on the channel, and we also did a detailed due diligence video on this, so please refer back to that previous video for detailed due diligence on BBIG. This, over the previous 2 weeks, did run up quite significantly. Substantial amount of profit was made by many investors. However, unfortunately, some people are still bag holding this due to possibly not selling and possibly not buying at the right price. However, let's now look at this as again a stock for another potential squeeze. So let's have a look at the data here from Ortex on the screen and see what some of the key information that we can see on here. Okay, so again, this data that we have for ticker symbol BBIG is for close of play on the Friday. So let's have a look at some of the key things that we can identify. So I have highlighted one in red. I'm going to look at that in a minute. But first of all, let's have a look at the percentage of free float on loan. It's currently 36.93. 7 days ago it was 26. So that's gone up quite significantly. We're looking at a change of just in excess of 38%. The shares of loan on loan, we can see just circled in red there is 31.14 million. Previously it was just in excess of 22 million. So again, a percentage change just in excess of 38.24%. So the other thing we can look at is the cost to borrow. Cost to borrow is 29.94. 7 days ago it was 50, so it has come down quite significantly there. In terms of utilization, 98. 7 days ago it was 89, so that has gone up just in excess of 9.86%. So short interest change, that's gone down. So it's gone down just at time of Friday close of play. According to the Ortex data we had at that time, it was just down in excess of 12.86%. So the current short interest percentage of free float is 22.09%. And the current short interest is, in terms of the number of shares, is just in excess of 18.62 million shares. So again, very interesting data here. Now let's focus on this one that I've highlighted in red, which is the shares on loan, 31.14 million. Okay, so the data I'd like to look at now is from Finviz. So on the screen here, we can see that Finviz now shows 29.55 million outstanding shares. So if we look at the screen here, we can see 29.55 million shares top left hand side. The share float 24.22 million. So what this tells me is there is a little bit of a discrepancy between Finviz and Ortex data. So again, possibly confusing to many investors. So what could be the reason for this discrepancy in the data? So Certainly it could be a number of things. It could be the brokers they use in terms of samples. It could be potentially some skewed impact from dark pools that are unknown, and it also could be due to times of reporting at different times from both websites. So FinViz and Ortex could be reporting this data at different times, so potentially confusing, and this is one of the reasons why you cannot always rely on the data for looking at potential short squeeze. Let's now have a look at the Fintel short squeeze score and see what position we have for tick symbol BBIG. So on the screen here, we can see here the overall score is 95.63, and this time it's again very high. It's the third highest out of 5,501. So again, very significant here, and that's one of the reasons why it makes the list of our stocks, which is primed for a potential short squeeze. So let's have a look at also on the screen here, short share availability. So time since last change, again data here is from the 25th of September. We're looking at BBIG short share availability 950,000, 900,000 at 1558, 950,000 at 0344. So again, timestamps at different times. However, again, just a reminder that this data here does not include data from other brokers and does not include data from dark pools. So that's one of the reasons why you have to look at other factors as well as this data. Let's now have a look at the short borrow fee rates. So we can see here again time since last change. So the latest data we have is from the Friday 24th of September. We can see the short borrow fee was just in excess of 25.36. So it's not changed significantly from the 22nd of September. So it's just changed between 3 and 4%. So it's gone from 28.75%, 26, 25, 28. So currently 25.36% short borrow fee. So not a huge figure, but certainly an important figure. Let's have a look at now the institutional owners and shareholders. So for Vinco Ventures, tick symbol BBIG, they have 74 institutional owners and shareholders. So they filed a 13DG or 13F form with the Securities Exchange Commission, SEC. The institutions hold a total of just in excess of 4 million shares. The largest shareholder is Group 1 Trading. So let's have a look at now some of the key institutional buy and sell. So again, this is the latest data. We have the close of play on Friday from Fintel. So we can see here again on the screen some important information in terms of buy and sell. So the green are additional buys. So these are quite significant, and we not much examples here of selling. So some of the notable ones we can see at the top. On the 10th of September, we have just in excess of 250 shares from HBK. And right at the bottom is an interesting one from Tiger Global Management. 16th of August, an investment in excess of 500,000 shares. So again, lots and lots of buying here from significant institutions. The next potential short squeeze stock is tick symbol KPLT. So again, a special shout out to one of the Discord members who did bring this to our attention, tick symbol KPLT. So just quickly summarize some of the short interest data from Ortex on this one. With utilization for this one was 99.14. Again, close of play on the Friday. The cost of borrowing was cost to borrow was 25.69. 7 days ago it was 18.46. So it has gone up very significantly by in excess of 39.15%. Short interest change was just up in excess of 0.97%. Estimated current short interest percentage of the free float was 35.2%. So again, interesting data there that we have. Let's see what else we can find. Let's now have a look at the Fintel short squeeze score for tick symbol KPLT. So we can see on the screen here, it's 94.45. Again, very high short squeeze score, which is number 5 out of 5,501. So again, a very strong potential squeeze stock. And again, the shout out to the Discord member who has got high conviction in this. So let's now have a look at the short share availability. On the 24th of September, there were no share short shares available. However, on the 25th, there were just in excess of there were approximately 7,000 shares available, so not a huge amount left there. Let's now have a look at the short borrow fee rates for ticker symbol KPLT. So again, latest data we have is from the 25th of September 2021. So we can see here the short borrow fee was 56.46%. Now, one of the reasons why that is quite significant is there is a huge jump. So on the 15th of September, it was 21.91%. Short borrow fee. Then it went up quite significantly on the 16th to 46. Then it was down to 33 on the 24th of September, but it's gone very significantly up to a high over the previous week here in terms of the short borrow fee of 56.46%. So certainly becoming very more expensive for the shorts to borrow. What I'd now like to do is move on to the final and fourth stock, which we're going to identify as a potential squeeze stock. This is ticker symbol JCS. This is a bit more different and also a bit more interesting to the other three stocks. So we're going to have a look at reasons why. First of all, let's start by having a look at the chart for close of play on Friday. So I think certainly what's interesting here, what happened on the Friday, the stock was down just in excess of 3.66%, closing at $9.73. So what that tells me is there was a good buying opportunity here. At one point the stock did fall below $9.40 between 1400 and 1600 hours, just close of play. So in terms of the company is called Communication Systems Incorporated, founded in 1969 and headquartered in Minnesota, USA. So what else can we first of all identify with regards to ticker symbol JCS? What I'd now like to do is share with you on the screen some important information with regard to JCS, and also we have information with regard to a potential dividend for this stock. So let's have a look at a summary of key information I think is important to share right now. So in terms of the trend line, support level is around about $9.63, $9.41. Resistance approximately $10.10, $10.80. I do expect resistance to be broken, certainly if there's a lot more buying pressure, and certainly could hit or exceed the all-time high of around about $11.49. So if we are looking at potentially investing in this stock, certainly if you can catch it below $9 or up to maybe a maximum $9.70, that could be a good price. If you are considering taking profits or cashing out on this potential play, you're looking at possibly a target price of between $10.20 and $15. So that's general guidance, or there again, trade according to your risk tolerance as well. However, there is important information here now that I think you need to be aware of before looking at this stock. Many of you will already know that shares of connectivity infrastructure products and services infrastructure products and services provider communication systems, JCS, are up more than 60% from Tuesday morning. So it has been trending generally up. From Friday was a good opportunity, and the board has recommended a special dividend of $3.50 per share. So that's been announced. It's not the same as the ticker symbol MMAT, where we don't know what the dividend is and we're kind of a little bit in the dark. So this is again a special dividend. It's going to be payable on October the 15th, 2021. So there is a date as well. So good news there in terms of clarity of information and strong communication. So the shareholders will of record at the close of business on September the 30th, 2021 will get this special dividend. So the aggregate amount of the dividend is approximately $34 million to be funded from net proceeds of the sale of CSI's transition networks and net to edge business, the company has stated. So very important information there to be aware of. What I would now like to do on the screen is share with you a breakdown of the ownership for ticker symbol JCS. So what we can see here in terms of private companies, they own just approximately 7,000 shares, which is 0.07%. Employee share scheme, that's constitutes about 6.2%. Hedge funds, we're looking at 6.4%. Individual insiders, 16.8%. The general public, 30.2%, which represents just in excess of 2.9 million shares, and institutions have just in excess of 40.3 shares. So that figure is the important one. That's very interesting. So that certainly gives confidence to the stock. If institutions are buying in quite heavy, then certainly it's a good sign. And one other thing I'd like to make you aware of is one of the recent news articles with regard to ticker symbol JCS. So this is from Yahoo Finance, dated September the 21st, 2021. The headline here is JDL Technologies achieves Microsoft Certified Partner Gold status. So this again, good news for the stock. So we can see that Microsoft has recognized JDL Technologies as a leader in cloud platform software and technology solutions. So ticker symbol JCS, CSI, or the company today, announced that this JDL Technology subsidiary has been recognized by Microsoft for offering the best in-class solutions to customers and has achieved the Microsoft Certified Partner Gold status award. So good news here for the stock. And finally, one thing I'd like to finish off by with regard to ticker symbol JCS, that it is similar to what happened with the ticker symbol MMAT. So if you are looking at making a potential investment in this stock, one thing that you can do as a potential option is if there is a significant run up, could be a good idea to take profits. We know what the dividend is, so you can take that into account in terms of your calculations. Be aware of the qualifying date that's just been shared, and also consider an investment with any pullback in terms of JCS. And finally, with regard to the 4 potential squeeze stocks, I think we will be monitoring in the Discord very carefully in terms of what happens. Again, it's unknown. So again, just a reminder in terms of the potential impacts of dark pools and unknown data from other brokers skewing the data, that can have an impact. Again, the squeeze may not always happen, but certainly it's good to put it on your watch list and consider a careful entry with a stop loss. So if anybody finally is interested in the $1 Million Challenge, details in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.